true revolutions occurring before our eyes in this country. They go by the names, of course, of the aging and the colorizing of America, also known as the graying and the browning. We are living longer, healthier lives than human beings have ever lived in the history of human life on this planet. Doctors will tell you that age 65 in 1965 is the equivalent of age 73 today. You reach 65 in good health, you have a quarter of your life ahead of you. We chose 65 as a time when you were old and were supposed to retire back in 1906, when 7% of Americans lived to the age of 65. For our purposes, what's critical to realize is that it is Anglos who are overwhelmingly, disproportionately overrepresented among the senior folk in America today, because they were the ones who've been born here in the 20s and 30s and early 40s and have been now into senior status, and we have not seen anything yet. The baby boom. 76 million babies born in this country during that incredible period after World War II between 1946 and 1964, preceded and followed by baby bust generations. So it's been a bulge in the system for the last 60 years. Demographers talk about like a pig being swallowed by a python, moving along, not very healthy either for the pig or the python. The leading edge of those 76 million babies turns 65 this year. And we are going to watch a literal doubling in the number of Americans over the age of 65 in the next 25 years. And those are overwhelmingly Anglo babies. So the young people across America are disproportionately non-Anglo, as the older folks are disproportionately Anglo. Nowhere is that clearer than in Houston, Texas. Because Houston is a city of migrants. We were a city of Anglo migrants during the oil boom. And for the last 30 years of the collapse of the oil boom in 1982, we have been a city of non-Anglo migrants. We are at this remarkable hinge in history. We reach a random sample of Harris County residents aged 18 to 95. Of all those we reach who are 65 years old or older, 70% are Anglos. And of everybody under the age of 30, 78% are non-Anglos. When you go a little further to the children, in HISD classrooms of the 203,000 kids enrolled in classrooms from kindergarten to senior year in high school, 62% are Latino kids and 27% are African American. 89% of the children of Houston are African American and Latino. The two groups overwhelmingly, they're most likely to be living in poverty. 80% of all those 203,000 kids qualify for reduced cost or free lunch programs. We know what poverty does to your ability to succeed in the public schools. And it is a safe statement to make that if Houston's African American and Latino young people are unprepared to succeed in the knowledge economy of the 21st century, it is hard to envision a prosperous future for Houston. That is who we are and will be as the 21st century unfolds. And I tell people, this is a done deal. Close the borders tomorrow. Not another immigrant comes to these shores ever again. 60-year-old Anglos are not going to be making a whole lot more babies. I tell people, we'll do the best we can. We'll work on it every chance we get. You can go to the bank on this. Every business in Houston is going to figure out how to capitalize on the burgeoning diversity of the city or find it harder to grow their business as the 21st century unfolds. This ethnic transformation could be the greatest asset that Houston could have as it positions itself in the global economy. We have the second largest port in the country, and that port locks us into being a world center for trade and commerce in the global economy. Tremendous advantage for the city to have the positions of economic and political power, Black Houstonians, Hispanic Houstonians, Asian Houstonians, to build the bridges to the global marketplace. This new immigration into American society today is unprecedented in American history in two fundamental respects. Number one, of course, it is non-European. But even more so, number two, it is remarkably bifurcated. One group of immigrants are coming with higher levels of education and income backgrounds than we have ever seen in the history of immigration. Asians and Africans are coming here with remarkable credentials. 61% of all Asian immigrants in Houston have college degrees, compared to just 47% of US-born Anglos. And one group of immigrants, largely Latino, are coming with striking educational deficits. Almost 50% of all Latino immigrants do not have high school degrees. This ethnic transformation could be the greatest asset that Houston could have, or it could tear us apart and become a major liability reducing rather than enhancing our competitiveness in the global economy, setting the stage for a massive increase in an underclass of urban citizens of Houston who are cut off from the opportunity to earn enough money to support a family because the educational credentials that are so critical in this new economy have not been there. The question of what kind of future will we build is the central question that this generation needs to deal with as we think about how to build a Houston that will succeed in the 21st century. This is where the American future is going to be worked out.